Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is February 23rd, 2021. This is episode 212. And we're going to take a look at Diamond Previews today. This is order for March, and it's arriving in May at your comic book store. So right off the bat, we get a new Red Sonja coming out called the Invincible Red Sonja from Dynamite. I'm not crazy about this cover that they're featuring. Shows her, looks to be fighting off some sea creatures or mermaids or something like that. I mean, I'd rather prefer this cover of a Red Sonja, if you will. I reviewed this comic last night, and I bought it just because of the cover. The story was okay. Anyway, let's take a quick look at what's going on. We're going to start off with Image here. We're going to basically just look at number ones, and they have something coming. The Good Asian, 1 of 9. This is by Porsak Pichitchute. I don't know how to say that. The artist is Alexandre Tefunki. So anyway, what you're going to notice about Image this month is there's a lot of ethnic number ones. And you'll see that coming up here in a second. Here's some sample art for The Good Asian. It's 1 of a 9-issue run. The art really didn't grab me that much. Looks very digital. Next one is Time Before Time, number 1. And I'm not sure if this is a time travel or not. It's by Declan Shalvey and Rory McConville. The artists are Joe Palmer and Chris O'Halloran. So it sounded a little maybe Irish in there. Irish team. I'll give you a little sample art of this. And then we have Aquarius, Book of Mer, number 1. So we have apparently a African-American mermaid that appears in someone's dream as they sleep in Harlem. It's a reoccurring dream that she's having. So there's your African-American. It's by Afua Ijuku Richardson. And that's the artist and the writer on that. And the cover A. You get a little sample art of this. And of course it looks like the white man may be the villain in this. Made in Korea, another ethnic title here, 1 of 6, and this has to do with creating an artificial intelligence program. It actually looks a little bit interesting. The illustrations, the drawings are very creative looking. This is the writer on this is Jeremy Holt, and the artist is George Shaw. These are March order, May arrival. So this art is more in what I would like. Okay, and then we get to the regulars. So we're going to move to the next one, which is, I believe, Image. Oh, this is still an Image, so why am I going here? Oh, North Force. Okay, on the tail of Savage Dragon, they've got a new North Force, number 0. Of course, it's Eric Larson on this. And I think this is supposed to be like Alpha Flight. Canadian's premier super team, North Force. So they got the maple leaf in there. That's pretty clever. And then we're on to Dark Horse. Dark Horse had a few things, not too much. First one, The House of Lost Horizons, a Sarah Jewell mystery, 1 of 5. This is Mike Mignola, and also writing is Chris Robertson. The artist is Leila Del Duca. It looks like a standard horror mystery, perhaps. Then we have The Witcher's Lament. The Witcher's Lament, 1 of 4. Bartosz Sizebor. I've been actually reviewing The Witcher, the current run, Fading Memory. It's very good. And the art is Vanessa Del Rey. Okay. So we get a good look at this. So I will be on this one because I've been enjoying the Witcher's comics. Rangers of the Divide. This looks like to be some kind of fantasy tale. The artist and writer is Megan Huang. You get a little sample art there, what that looks like. The Orville, #1, Digressions, 1 of 2. And David A. Goodman is the writer. David Cabaza is the artist. Okay. And now we're in the trade paperbacks. I think that's it as I recall. So we're going to head over. That was Dark Horse. Oh, this is a late Dark Horse entry here. Far Cry, Rite of Passage, 1 of 3. Brian Edward Hill is the writer, and Geraldo Borges is the artist. So it looks like an adventure comic. Not too familiar with Far Cry. Features fan favorite villains from Far Cry 3, 4, and 5. So let's see if we got anything else on that. No, that's it for that. We're going to move right along to IDW. They just have a couple items, as I recall. Snake Eyes Dead Game. This is the gem of the month for Diamond. The writers are Rob Liefeld and Chad Bowers, and the artist is Rob Liefeld. And he looks like he's drawn pretty well in this, so maybe the art is worth it on this one for this G.I. Joe character, Snake Eyes. Looks like he's kept the pouches to a minimum, and he's drawn feet. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else for IDW real quick. Spine of the World, Dragons and Dungeons. Dungeons and Dragons, sorry, I got that backwards. The writers are A.J. Mendez, Amy Garcia, and the artist is Martin Cocola. Okay, and I believe that's it for IDW. As far as #1s, oh, here's a Star Wars Adventures, Weapon of a Jedi, #1 of 2. Writers Jason Fry, Alec Worley, and the artist is Rueri Coleman. And the art doesn't look too bad. It's kind of interesting. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. I think that was it, yeah. Some graphic novels. Then we're going to hop over to Dynamite. We're going to look at every page of Dynamite for the obvious reasons. This is the Invincible Red Sonja #1, 32 pages. And you can see a list of all the artists here that have variant covers on this one. So it is a huge launch. And of course, that was the one that was on the cover of the previews here. I'm not sure if this outfit she's wearing is too functional in a war, but it is what it is, I guess. So you've got your choice of many covers. Here's some more. I'm not sure if that's a warrior pose there. It looks more like she's posing for a perfume or something, but it's very nice nonetheless. Nice pose. She doesn't look toned enough to be Red Sonja. And then there's some art in there. You can take a look and see how that looks to you. Then we've got some Dynamite art of Jay and Scleto. I don't know, but we'll take a look at all these. Some pretty nice work there. Kind of like that one. Vampirella #21. Of course, there's a zillion covers for this. For Vampirella, for Dynamite books in general, you judge the book by the cover because the innards are typically not that great. James Bond, Agent of Spectre #3. Okay. Betty Page, if you're into Betty Page, she looks like she's doing her thing. Sonia Versal, a ton of variant covers on this as well. If anything strikes your fancy, put in an order for it if you can. Hopefully it's not quantity limited. Red Sonja #27. Once again, for Dynamite, we're just focusing on the cover art, not really what's going on in the insides. I haven't heard anybody talking about the must-read stories lately. Red Sonja, The Superpowers. Of course, a slew of variant covers. Sacred Six, number 10. Just a few variant covers, and there you go. That might be it. Oh, nope, Vampirella versus Purgatory. We get some different covers on this. There was one that was pretty striking. I don't see it here. Maybe it was for next month. Vengeance of Vampirella. This is the eye candy of this review. It's not really a review. And Vampirella Red Sonja. You get a statuette of Red Sonja. Okay, and I think, is this the one? No, this isn't it. So we're going to go on to Boom now. They have very little at Boom. 1 of 5 is an Eve number 1 by Victor Laval, illustrated by Zhou Mi Jiang. A little sample art there. Looks like a fantasy of a young African-American girl with her teddy bear that has come to life and follows her on adventures. And that might be it for Boom. Okay, no number 1s. Ablaze Gung Ho number 1. You know, I thought there was, maybe we haven't come up on it yet. Anger number 1. Silver City number 1. This is Aftershock. Olivia Quartero Briggs. The artist is Luca Merli. It's going to be a long video, and there's some of the other covers and interior art. American Mythology. We have Trogs number 1. Writer is Richard Bonk, and he's the artist as well. And he does the covers. Looks like to be some kind of horror adventure type deal. Then we have Kent Menace, number 1, director's cut, except number 0. Writers are Scott Brandon, Mike Marlborough, Megan Groves Robinson. Then a number of artists, some the same. $3.99. And that looks like it's might be it for that. Antarctic Press, we've got Patriotica number 1 coming out. This is United is the Ark. So we have looked forward to that. Maybe that'll get a little bit sharper. Those nice covers. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal number 1. This is Awa Upshot. Written by Garth Ennis and illustrated by Goran Sugazuka. And she looks to be some kind of a time traveler. The Long Knives. Matteo Pizzulo, and the artist by Anna Luduska. Maybe. And this Jungle Fantasy, this is from Boundless Comics. Very provocative covers, as you can see, of all kinds. They're kind of doing the dynamite technique here. So I took a look at that. I think I showed that last month too. Then we go to Titan, and they have V.E. Schwab, Extraordinary number 1. The writer is V.E. Schwab. The artist is Enid Bong. Okay. Vault has The Blue Flame with Christopher Cantwell. Artist is Adam Gorham. And that's their number 1. Zenoscope. Myths and Legends Quarterly, Dragon Clan. Nice drawing there, I think. That looks pretty cool. Then we also have Bell Sirens by Dave Franchini. That's a one-shot. And Robin Hood Voodoo Dawn is also a one-shot. And that's Joe Bruscia. Van Helsing Steampunk So if you like your steampunk, the story is by Joe Bruscia, Ralph Tedesco, and Dave Franchini. This is a one-shot for 40 pages at $5.99, so that's a decent deal. Okay, and I think that's it for Zenoscope. So, and there was one other thing, if you can hang tight. I just can't remember where I saw it, but I wanted to point it out. It was a J. Scott Campbell statuette, and I'm trying to think what is the company that carries it. I thought it might be American Mythology. So let's see if that's what it was. No, it wasn't them. Oh boy. Was it Dynamite? Dynamite. There's a statuette. It was just stunning, and I don't see it now, and I can't think of who it was. It was of DEJAH THORIS. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't see it here. I'm going to put it on pause, and then we'll come back. Oh, well, I cannot find it. So anyway, thanks for stopping by and watching my number ones go flying by for Diamond Previews. This is March order, May arrival at your local comic book store. This is Indie Comics Jones. Please like, please subscribe, please leave comments, and we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. I'm bidding you adieu.